Kristin with the Rogers Public Library, and this week for Quilled Creations we are going to be making a sleeping fox. So in your craft packet you will have 1.5 strips of white, half a strip of black, and 4 strips of orange. And I will show you how to make it. So let's start with our black. I'm going to go ahead and roll up our whole half strip of black. So we'll roll it up into a circle and then we can let it go. But then we want to pull it back fairly tight. It doesn't have to be super small, but still pretty small. And then we'll seal it up. And then we're going to gently press down on one side so that we get the little straight edge, and then press on all 3 sides together to get it into more of a triangle shape. So that will be our little nose. We'll set that aside for a moment. And we're going to take our half strip of white and roll up the whole half strip into one circle. And then we can let it go. This one we want to be a little bigger so we can fluff it up just a little bit. And then we'll seal it up. And then we're going to squish this one down into kind of a moon kind of shape. And then we'll set that aside. And then we are going to cut our other white into 4ths. So we'll cut it in half and then cut it in half another time. And then we'll roll our first 4th up to make a teardrop shape. We'll roll it to a circle, let it go. You can fluff it up a little if you want, or leave it as is. And then we'll seal that one up. And then pinch it into our teardrop shape. And then we can set that aside. Now the next 2 we're going to make into triangles that are a little taller triangles than the black one we made for the nose. These are going to be part of the ear. We'll roll it up, let it go, fluff it up a little bit if you'd like to, and then seal them up. And then we'll pinch it like we're going to make a teardrop, and then we're going to flatten out the bottom a little bit to give it that more of a triangle shape. And so we'll make 2 of those. Then our last one, we're going to make a marquee shape. or an eye shape. So we'll roll it up and let it go. It's going to be the end of the tail. So we'll seal it up and then we'll pinch both sides to make a little marquee or eye shape. And we'll set that aside as well. Now, for our orange, we'll start with cutting one of our strips in fourths. So we'll cut it in half and then cut it in half again. And then our first three we're going to make into marquee or eye shapes, just like this white piece, and that is going to create our fox's tail. So we roll it up, let it go, fluff it up just a little if you want to, or leave it as is. And then seal it up, and then we pinch both sides again. And set that aside and make two more. Once we have all our marquee shapes made, we're going to go ahead and leave our fourth piece over here to the side. I'm going to take another strip of orange and cut it into fourths again. And all four of these pieces we're going to make into little teardrop shapes to make the rest of our fox's face. So we roll it up, let it go, and then we'll seal it up. And then pinch one side to make our little teardrop. So we're going to make 4 of those. Once we have all 4 of those, we're going to take a whole strip of orange and roll that up. So once it's rolled all the way up, we can let it go. And then we will seal it up. And then we're going to pinch it into a crescent moon shape. Like this. All right, now we will take our last strip of orange and cut it in half. And we're going to roll these both up into circles and then let them go, and then we will hold off on doing anything else for just a moment. So we roll it up, let it go, and set it aside. We'll do that twice. All right, now we can begin putting our sleeping fox together. He's going to look about like this when he's finished. So we're going to put the face together first. So we're going to need our 4 orange teardrops, our 1 white teardrop, our little black nose, and our crescent moon, half moon white piece. And we will use this unused fourth of our orange strip left. All right, so to begin, this will be the bottom of the face. And we are going to put one of our orange teardrops on either side of this to begin the face. So we can take our glue and put just a little strip of glue on this flattened edge. And then we'll go ahead and stick our two orange teardrops on here. And we can set that down for a moment. Next is going to be our little nose. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on either side of the points of the nose. And that is going to go into that little space where the 2 points of the orange teardrops meet. Then our next two orange teardrops are going to go with their points meeting just over the top of our little black nose. So we can add just a little bit of glue on the top of the black nose and some little points of glue on the edge, top edge of our two orange pieces that are already on, so that the new orange pieces can connect to both of those spots. And then our white teardrop is going to go right here in the middle, and it's going to kind of push down and close up the rest of this to make the face. So we can put some little drops of glue on either side where the white and the orange are going to meet. And then we're going to take our piece of orange here, and we'll go ahead and use our glue stick to put a little glue on the bottom or on one side of it, and we're going to attach it to the bottom of our long white piece here, and then we're going to wrap it all the way around our fox's face. And then once it's wrapped around, you can very gently pull it a little tighter. So that it holds all of these pieces together and kind of pushes these two orange teardrops up towards our white teardrop just a little bit. And then once you're satisfied with how it's holding them in, then we can seal up this last bit of orange. And we want it to make kind of a little circular face here. So this is our fox's little face. Now, for the ears, we're going to take one of our white triangles and one of our open loops here of orange. And we're going to pull the loose edge a little to make this part a little smaller, and we're going to make this part into a triangle like the white that we have, but with the loose edge off of it still. And that we are going to wrap around the white and pull it tight to make a little fox ear. so that the orange is holding both of these two pieces together. Then we can go ahead and seal that up. And that will go on the top of our fox's head, just off to the side, so that the orange kind of lines up, the orange on the ear lines up with the white on the face. And we will do that again for our other ear. And then we'll have 2 ears for our little fox. Now we can go ahead and pick a place on our paper. I think I'm just gonna put my 2 foxes lying next to each other, almost above each other. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some glue to the back of my face. And place that down. You might want to turn it just to the side so it looks like he's going to curl up into a little ball. And then we can glue our ears on. And I just put glue on the wrong side, so I'm going to switch where the ears are and move this ear over here. And then make sure that I put glue on the correct side this time to have this ear line up correctly on my other side. So there are my fox's ears. Now, our body is going to curl around our fox head. So we want it to start up here by the ear and then curl around underneath the chin. So we may need to pinch it more so that this will curl. And then I'm going to put some glue on the inside here so that it will help hold that against the face, and then also put the glue on the back so it will hold it onto our paper. You may have to hold that in place for just a little bit to let it kind of get stuck to the fox face so that it will stay when you let it go. If you have tacky glue instead of the school glue, that may help hold it in place a little better. And once you have that sticking well enough to let it go, we have our little fox face, his ears, and his body. Now we just have to put the tail together. So we're going to start out with one of our little orange marquee shapes. And we're going to add some glue to one side of it and then overlap with another marquee shape so that they're overlapped about halfway. And then we'll do the same thing with the next one. And then one more time with our white piece to be the end, fluffy little end of the tail. And there's our tail. Now I'm actually going to flip it over before I glue it on. And our tail will go on starting at the back of the body, and it will curl around our little fox so that the tail lines up about with the edge of the face, just past the edge of the body. I'm going to add a little strip of glue where I want it, and then you can put a little strip of glue where we're going to be attaching it to the fox. And then again, you may need to hold it in place a bit until it dries enough that it will stay. Or if you have tacky glue, you can use that and it will help it stay better. Now mine's still a little wet, still trying to come apart a little bit, but if you have something that you can kind of lean against it while it dries to hold it in place so you don't have to hold it the whole time, then that would work well. Or you can gently put a rubber band around it to hold it in place until it dries. But there is our little sleeping fox. Thank you so much for joining me for Quilled Creations, and I will see you again in 2 weeks to make another quilt creation. Bye!